This is one of the most affordable double cab pickups in the Kenyan car market today. Brand new, it is priced at 4.89 million Kenya shillings. And on this video, we are going to get up close and candid with the JMC Vigus Pro. And we are doing that because AutoConnect is the only car channel that will guarantee you an alluring motor vehicle experience. I'll be your host, Eric Okabi, Eric with a CK. And you can follow me at a personal level on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Threads as well. Let's kickstart this review by talking about the prima facie, the first impression, the face card of the Vigus Pro. The Vigus Pro has a rounded face that integrates the look of a modern double cab pickup. And we say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So you can tell us in the comment section, what do you think? Is it beautiful or is it otherwise? Well, matters looks are very personal. Over the weekend, I was able to take this dual cab pickup for an epic road trip that involved crossing the Aberdare Ranges from the Nyandarua side to the Nyeri County side. And this drive comprised of on-road experience and off-road experience. And we are going to start talking about the technical aspects right about now. And we are going to start with what is under the hood of the JMC Vigus Pro. As I pop up the hood of the Vigus Pro, it is very important to note that Chinese automakers are making their products better each and every day. And in fact, Chinese automakers can no longer be ignored. What Chinese automakers are bringing to Kenya and the world at large is a value, because they are able to produce affordable vehicles with lots of features. Talking about value, the value that the JMC Vigus Pro brings forth in its pricing is it is more affordable compared to foreign used Mtumba double cab pickup, because it's priced at 4.98 million Kenya shillings and it comes with a 3-year warranty. So apart from having a good price, you also get peace of mind. The Vigus Pro is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine, and it's a modern engine because it's equipped with common rail direct injection and a turbocharger. The emission rating on the Vigus Pro is Euro 4, so it's also a clean double cab pickup. Let's talk about the power output. The power output from this 4-cylinder 2-liter turbocharged diesel engine is 141 horsepower and 340 newton meters of torque. Well, it is not underpowered. It's within the power band that most double cab pickups that are sold in the Kenyan market are in. In fact, it also compensates when it comes to fuel economy, because this engine has registered a fuel economy rating of up to 12 kilometers to the liter. Climbing hills and also driving off-road, plus also overtaking on Kenyan highways, is very easy on the Vigus Pro, because the 141 horsepower and 340 newton meters of torque is sufficient for that. Well, how is power transmitted to the wheels? This is where things start getting interesting. Power is transmitted to the wheels through an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, and the gearbox is not physically connected or mechanically connected to the shifter lever, and that is because it's a shift by wire. Shift by wire means that when you shift the lever, it sends an electronic signal to the gearbox. Now, how does this 8-speed ZF automatic transmission do when it comes to off-road? Because it's known for being good on road. Well, as I was driving through the Aberdare Ranges, I noticed that when you're at low speeds, it takes longer to shift from gear 2 to gear 3 and 4. So that's where the paddle shifts come into place, because this Vigus also comes with paddle shifts, so that when you want to shift the gears manually, you can do so by the use of the paddle shifts. So the ZF is very good on road, and it does not have gear hunting, because I have driven several Chinese pickups and gear hunting on the automatic transmissions is a major issue. However, for the ZF on the Vigus, the 8-speed automatic transmission, you do not have gear hunting, even when you're driving across the highway, when you want to overtake, and even when you go off-road. The gearbox does not take some few precious seconds to think. It makes the ZF ensures that you are in the right gear at the right time, at the right moment, making this car both fuel economical because of the 8 gears. It makes it quick because it shifts in between the gears very quickly. And last but not least, it makes it a very good off-roader. onto the side profile of the Vigus Pro. The Vigus Pro is meant to be a versatile vehicle. That means it's supposed to be comfortable both on road and off road. And the suspension setup on this Vigus ensures all of that. First of all, it has impressive ground clearance. It is very comfortable on the road, although sometimes it might feel a little bit bouncy when the tarmac is a bit uneven. However, when you get to the off-road sections, I can confess that you get a very good ride, especially on those very rough sections of the road. And it's also very capable even in sticky situations. It comes with the 2-speed transfer case, and you engage 4-wheel drive electronically. Now, in terms of suspension setup, at the front you have double wishbone suspension, and at the back you have leaf springs and a live axle. It sits on 17-inch wheels, and alloys comes as standard. Alloys are not optional. Please note this, alloys are not optional. Alloys on the Vigus are standard, and it's a very strong alloy because even after going off-road, it's still in very good shape. And you know, gone are the days when we say that Chinese products were not of good quality. Today we can confidently say that Chinese are producing some very good quality products. The Vigus Pro comes with side steps stock from the factory. They are not an aftermarket add-on, no. It comes with them stock from the factory, and they are strong side steps. Take a look at this. Even with my weight, I still can't break them. However, if you are an absolute or a great overlander, you might consider fabricating a tube of metal beneath them to reinforce them. But for a daily A to B person who does mild overlanding, they are strong enough. It also comes with the mud flaps, and because of the ground clearance, the side steps do come in very handy. So it's not only the alloy rims that come in as stock, you'll also get side steps as an add-on as well. There's something very important I have to mention about the Vigus Pro. It comes with brake discs at the rear. You can see them, brake discs at the rear, not drums. So the braking power is enhanced by the discs. And the fact that it does not come with an electronic handbrake, you know, an electronic handbrake plus brake discs at the back sometimes spells disaster, especially when you're going off-road. It can lead to some very unpleasant problems. However, JMC coupled the discs to a manual handbrake. And the other thing is the suspension setup at the rear. It might feel stiff on the tarmac when the vehicle is not loaded, but when it goes off-road, it is surprisingly comfortable. Also, in terms of off-road capabilities, it allows for maximum wheel articulation. I tested that and it was quite impressive. It's actually very impressive for a Vigus. Inside the Vigus Pro, you know, I really got excited when this vehicle was handed over to me, and mainly because of, you know, I was to do a road trip with it. I love double cabs, and it has 4-wheel drive, and I was going to put the 4-wheel drive to the test. But there was another thing. It still retains the old school key. You can now shagun as a point kuku nayo. But do not let this old school key deceive you. The Vigus is very advanced in tech. Remember I told you it comes with an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission? Well, the communication between the gearbox and the lever is purely electrical. That means you do not have any mechanical linkage between the lever and the gearbox, and that is what we call shift by wire. Operating this gear lever needs some orientation, and I'll show you that in a minute. Let's quickly do a walk around or a tour of the interior. It comes with an analog cluster, which brings out the old school feel of double cab pickups. The steering wheel is very well designed, and the material on it is also very good. You know, there are some vehicles that when you sweat, it gets really uncomfortable. No, this one has some very good material that lines it. Comes with the driver airbag, passenger airbag. The handbrake as well is the mechanical handbrake, not the electrical handbrake. And I love mechanical handbrakes, especially for when you're going off-road. You do not want mud getting stuck on those brake pads at the rear, and then you start getting funny warning lights. The seats, some nice leather. You have a very good sound system inside the Vigus. And what matters most in a double cab pickup, the rear row of seats. The rear row of seats in the Vigus is quite spacious and also quite comfortable. It does not feel like a bench, especially when you get to sit there. You don't want your family feeling like they are going to work when they should be going for an off-road expedition. And that's something that JMC did really good with the Vigus. The infotainment system comes with a very clear camera, and it has the rest of the car has physical buttons, so they are very easy to flip around. The AC, the radio, but the screen on the infotainment system has a touch function, so it's not that old school. You also need some orientation on how you fold the mirrors. When I tried to do that, I really got confused, and that is because where the button to fold the mirrors is very unconventional. It is right here. Then next to it, you have the parking sensors, traction control off, and hill descent control as well. But on the further to the left, you have the dial that shifts from 2 high to 4 high and 4 low. 2-speed transfer case, 4 high, 4 low. One thing is, honestly speaking, I'm not a fan of these dials. I prefer the physical lever, because once these ones decide to mess you, they can mess you up. But these days they are being made to be more reliable. But if I was to be asked, I would still go for the physical gear lever. A very interesting safety feature of the Vigus Pro is, supposing you want to engage drive on this vehicle and one of the doors is not locked, the vehicle will not go into drive. And those are some of the advantages of having a shift by wire system. It will tell the gearbox, no, do not go into drive until this fellow locks all doors. That's a very good safety feature for children. Cannot shift to drive or reverse if any of the 4 doors in the Vigus Pro is not locked. A very clever safety feature. So you can see the driver's door is not locked. See? So now I'll try to engage to drive. So you can see D, but it says, driver, please do not leave. And when I try to leave, it goes back to park. Let's do that again. So now I'll try to shift to drive. You have drive right there, and then I try to accelerate, it goes back to park. Very clever feature on the JMC Vigus Pro. Driver convenience features. It comes with cruise control and also paddle shifts. Now, paddle shifts are for when you want to either shift up or shift down manually. I told you earlier on that when you're driving the Vigus at low speeds, sometimes it feels like it's taking longer than usual to engage the next or the higher gear. So that's when the paddle shifts come in handy. And since this is an 8-speed automatic transmission, you can shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Here are the paddle shifts, and to be honest, they are really helpful. They are not like the paddle shifts in a CVT transmission, which are just to simulate your feel. But there's something I need to say. I would really appreciate if there was a manual version of this. Caetano, JMC, anybody listening? A manual JMC Vigus it's something that I would actually dig to drive, because it would give me the freedom to play around with the torque band and also to drive more economically. Double cab pickups are loved for being versatile, and the tab is a very important component of a double cab pickup. The tab on the Vigus is very generous in terms of space. It is high-sided, and that means you can carry more. The other thing is that it comes stock with a tab liner. Remember I told you the Vigus comes with alloy rims as stock plus stock side steps. Even the tab liner comes in stock from the factory, and the essence of a tab liner is to protect the floor of the tab from scratches, dents, and rust. At the rear of the Vigus, the styling is very unique. You have this plastic cladding on the tailgate. It extends to the side of the tab, and the bumper is very sleek in terms of design. You have the fog light right here, the rear fog light, and this comes in handy when there is dense fog or dust. It ensures that your vehicle is visible. You also have the parking sensor on it and the reverse light on this other side, plus parking sensor as well. So it's not very difficult to maneuver with the Vigus because of the sensors all around. It's going to warn you when you get too close to an obstacle. Let us talk about value for money. A brand new zero mileage Vigus Pro is priced at 4.89 million Kenya shillings. That's a price tag lower than that of a Mutumba 8-year-old double cab pickup that has been imported into the Kenyan car market. In addition to that, the Vigus Pro will provide you peace of mind because it comes with a 3-year warranty or 150,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. The local dealer Caetano has a network of dealers around the country, so you should not have a problem with parts or servicing this vehicle. The other thing is that the Vigus is not designed to be fancy. It is designed to be versatile, one that can have a good balance between work, leisure, and also family use. So it's a very versatile vehicle. I have tested it, I've driven it, and it is, for its price, it's actually a very good option. The Chinese are providing alternative affordable options in the market. They have prospered in the truck market, and now they are seeping through the double cab market and also the mid-size passenger car market, and they should be a force to reckon with and a force to look at keenly in the next coming years. The shift is happening, and days are gone when we used to fear buying cars that are unique or that are just entering the market, and the Vigus Pro is a vehicle that will serve you diligently and not break the bank. I've been your host, Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK. So tell me in the comments, would you buy a Chinese pickup? Follow me at a personal level on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and Threads as well. Also on YouTube, AutoConnect Kenya. Remember to share, subscribe, na pia mtufuate pale Facebook na Instagram. AutoConnect Kenya is the handle. See you next week, guys.